I'm Johnita Barrett. I'm with Gluten and Dairy-Free Living. Today I'm going to make Aunt Cathy's pretzel salad. It's what we have every Christmas instead of cranberry sauce or a cranberry casserole type dish. We always have this strawberry substitute, and we love it. All the kids love it. And the first step is to make the crust. You want to have gluten-free pretzels, a fourth a cup of sugar, and 2 sticks or 1 cup melted butter. And this is European style cultured vegan butter. So there's no actual butter, it's dairy free. So I'm gonna pop this in the microwave and let it melt before I start pounding on my pretzels. Alright, while that's melting, I'm going to pour all of these pretzels into a Ziploc bag. I feel like I'm going to need all of them because this is kind of a small bag compared to what I normally get. So, now, when Aunt Cathy makes it, she does not make it gluten-free or dairy-free, so we're changing up the recipe a bit. I'm going to go ahead and put this fourth a cup of sugar in the bowl so it doesn't get knocked over or anything. Alright, using the flat side of a hammer, make crumbs. I'm gonna use this bowl and just pour it all in here. Let's mess up one less bowl. Have it all crumbs like this, and you can have it where you can tell it's a little bit of pretzel there. You want it mostly broken up. Melt that sugar. You just want to distribute it evenly across the bottom of your casserole dish. So it's going to be your crust. Have it nice and spread out evenly to go into the oven to be our crust. It's going to stay in the oven 350 degrees for about 10 minutes or so, just to set it up. See you in a bit. Okay, so while that is cooling, you can't see, there you go, the crust, I have it sitting on a wire rack, so it'll cool a little faster. When it gets to a certain temperature, I'll probably pop it in the freezer just to cool it faster. But right now it just needs to sit there. So for the next layer, we're going to take 8 ounces of dairy-free cream cheese. And this is Kite Hill brand. It doesn't have to be Kite Hill. I've used different ones. And 1 cup of sugar. I'm going to mix this together first, and then I'm going to add a cup of Cocowhip, which is a substitute for Cool Whip, but it's made out of coconut milk. So let's get this whipped together, and then we'll add our Cocowhip to it. Okay, to this we're going to add about a cup of Cool Whip, or Cocowhip. So I'm going to say that is about a cup. I might need a little bit more. I'm just going to say half a tub. Let's just do that. And let's just fold it together. I don't really want to whip it. And when I say fold it together, it just simply means to go from one side of the bowl, go under the mixture and fold it on top. And then you turn the bowl a little bit and go under the mixture and fold it on top. And just do it over and over again until it's well combined. Okay, so this is ready to go. And I'm just going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator so it'll be ready when the crust is ready. and we'll make our next layer and get it ready. Okay, for the third layer that will go in our salad, so we have to have a cup of boiling water. Just put this in the microwave. 1 large box of strawberry Jello. And let's melt this first. And then I'm just going to put in some frozen strawberries that I had. A lot of times you will buy the carton of frozen strawberries that have sugar and all of that stuff added, but I think it's sweet enough without that. So I just got some frozen strawberries and sliced them. It's about a little over 2 cups, maybe 2.5 cups worth. That'll do the trick. Okay, looks like the Jello is melted. Once the Jello is all the way melted, you can add your strawberries. Just make sure they're well covered because you're going to set this aside, and you can put it in the refrigerator for a little bit to let it set just a little bit so it won't seep down into the cream cheese mixture. And it's okay that it won't be all nice and pretty and smooth because we're going to put another layer on top of it, a 4th layer, which is just the Cocowhip by itself. But it makes a nice presentation because it has the white, it has the crust, then the white, and the red, and the white. So I'm going to cover this and put it in the fridge for a little bit until we're ready for it. Back in a jiff. Okay, it's time to put it together. Let's start with our cream cheese mixture. Put it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir before I put it in there. There we go. You want to dollop this around the casserole because you don't want to do a lot of spreading, because if there's any loose pieces to the crust, it'll come up when you spread. So to kind of pour and dot it around, and then make them connect to each other. Like I said, gently spread it out so that you have a full layer all the way across. Okay, this is looking good. I'm going to rinse this off so I can use it to put the Jello on. Okay, the Jello ended up staying in the refrigerator a little bit longer than I normally would have it in there. So I'm going to stir it around a little bit. I usually, it's not this gelled. It's not this cold. It's not in there very long. It just sat in there. I had other things happening I had to deal with, so it was in there a little longer than normal. But it doesn't matter. It'll still work. I just don't want any big chunks connected together. I want to spread it out. Now, sometimes what I do is I take this and once I get the cream cheese topping on, I will put it in the refrigerator and let that kind of solidify on its own, and then I will make this at that time and then just pour it on and then put it back in the refrigerator to set. going to spread these strawberries out to make sure every slice of salad we cut has strawberries in it and not just Jello. I can tell you that next time I will not put it in the refrigerator like I did this time. I was just trying to hurry things along so I could get finished with this video, and so it caused the whole thing not to be a solid sheet of red, which is normally what it is. It's a solid sheet of red because I pour it on and then put it back in the fridge. So it's okay. It's still going to taste great because I've got enough to cover the whole thing. But all right. Now what we do after this is going to get our Cocowhip. Okay, now I'm going to get the next part, and it's just plain Cocowhip on top. Give it a little bit of a stir. And drops. This one open. All right. Now, if you're using Cool Whip, if you can have dairy, I used to get the big container of Cool Whip for this and use part of it in the mixture in the middle and then the rest on top. So I got 2 small ones to make up for that. Feel that crunch on the bottom. Right. Okay, so here's a slice up close. You can see the layers, and it really will be better when it stays in the refrigerator overnight, because then it'll be more solidified, because right now it's still a little bit loose. But let's try it. Now, this is normally not a gluten-free or dairy-free recipe, but I've made it into one. So let's see. Success! It works perfectly as a gluten-free and dairy-free recipe. And this is what we'll use for Christmas instead of cranberry sauce or cranberry salad. We will use the strawberry, and that'll be our little bit of sweet with our dressing. If you enjoyed my channel, please subscribe below and hit the little bell so you'll get all my new recipes as they come out. Thanks for watching.